We get asked a lot about tiny home hookups. How do these things work? How do we get water? How do we get sewer? How do we get power? What kind of foundations do we need? Let's talk power first. A standard RV hookup is quite simply needing an extension cord with 30 or 50 amp service, like you would at a campground, at an RV campground, and you plug it in, very simply. If you're going off grid, we can offer full solar systems with battery banks, incorporating backup generators and all that. That's a bit more complicated again, but very doable in the context of a tiny home, in that really the consumption is quite low, so it works quite well. And into a modular, where we're essentially building a full residential building, getting dropped onto a foundation, it will get hooked up to standard city services, often 100 amp or whatever the house requires at that point. Water, again, going back to the simplest RV, we have a drinking water garden hose that connects up to the home, and that provides the water for the whole home. If you're in a cold climate, you have to have a hose that is suitable, that will keep non-freeze, so that's something you have to be concerned with. Off-grid, now we get into maybe the need for tanks, maybe rainwater catchment, or just holding tanks, and that's something that can be discussed and works really well as well. So sewer is often the most complicated one. In an RV setup, if you're in an RV campground, we have a 3-inch connection, you hook up to the sewer system, and it's simple as that. We have flush toilets. Now, if you don't have access to black water sewer like that, there's the option to go with composting toilets and incinerating toilets, and then managing your gray water in a different way. So there's lots of different options there that can be discussed. Off-grid, again, the same thing applies. Generally, you're gonna be going into a composting or an incinerating sort of scenario. And maybe a leach field for your gray water. Modular, again, like a standard home, hooked up to standard city services. Let's also talk quickly about gas. Propane and natural gas are the two most common that we're using with our homes. Propane is often used in a more of an off-grid camping style scenario. We're able to bring in bottles, whether it be small bottles that are brought over in the trunk of a vehicle, or whether it's large yard tanks that are filled by a truck. Natural gas is the other option, which is generally more of a city style hookup, which gets hard plumbed right into the house. Now, foundations is another one where there's a vast difference in what you can have or need. And a lot of it depends on, again, the location you're in, what kind of surface you're building on. In its simplest form, we use wooden blocking. Just like at a mobile home park, you'd see cribbed wooden blocking with big feet that are not gonna rot, and you drop that onto a solid surface, and that's really suitable, either 6 points of blocking or 8 points of blocking. Going up from there, people are often creating gravel pads, sometimes concrete pads, to give a better substrate for that home to sit on, and going into things like screw piles or grade beams or concrete piles, and there's a lot of different ways of doing that depending on the soil makeup of the location where you're building. And then obviously going into a modular build, it's a standard foundation that would be whatever the local codes dictate for that location. Hope that helps, guys.